Namaste and like catch my family, and welcome to another coffee talk with Rion. What's going on out there? My dream time's been bananas as of late. Dealing with a lot of awesome stuff. Many different simulations in my dream time. Many things are changing on Earth. Overseeing some of these things from a higher perspective on some of the changes that are going on Earth. Speak about this briefly for you. There's many things going on with our economy that is changing right now. There's many things going on a global scale that's taking place right now. As far as you and your family and your well-being, that's really what I care about, right? I have many questions about, obviously, people messaging me, Ryan, can you do some more energy manipulation videos? Can you explain some how to move energy? Can you explain to me a little bit more about the things in the astral plane, some of the beings you're going to be interacting with? Ryan, can you help me with my third eye? I think the last video I did a decent job with that, helping you guys out, giving you little tips. What I can tell you right now is, and what I wish to speak about, is your resonance. Your average vibrational state that you walk around with day in, day out, and how that changes and can be accelerated into a higher plane or a faster oscillation or a faster vibration inside of your suit. Now, for all you guys that know what's up, on the new moons is when you want to manifest what you want, and that was last night. And, on the full moons is when you do your clearing. If you guys want to do a real, listen to a real easy way of how to do that, if you go to teamlight.com, you click on the Blog Talk Radio link, and it's free. Click on the Blog Talk Radio link and go to How to Write a Soul Contract. In that audio, the half-an-hour audio track, I explained to you how to write a soul contract, how to rewrite your contract, which is very important, right? Especially when you're switching timelines, right? And how to request more of that aid and light into your life. Okay, I don't want to waste my time with that here. It's all there, Blog Talk Radio on teamlight.com, how to write a soul contract. Now, some of the stuff I wanted to manifest is basically some of the stuff that I'm seeing in my life. Not only more abundance, more love, more compassion for myself, but this is what I'm really processing deep down on the inside. For me, it's past life stuff, and not so much past life stuff as a human being, but rather past life stuff from Egypt, when the Hathors, the Syrians, the bird tribe actually walked among us. Okay, for you guys, being one of the giants, living as one of the giants, and some of the methodology that comes along with that. Okay, what I can say from the last couple dream sequences I had on the giants, right? Corey Goody has a very good description of this on the giants in the ground on Cosmic Disclosure. My version was me kind of being in a huge house or a compound, right? And I'm like Mighty Mouse. I'm about, I'm 6'1", doing my thing. These giants, or you want to call them giants, about 14 feet plus tall in, the physical. And I was trying to explain to them, hey, don't eat that. Or, I was trying to basically help them with their diet, let's just say. Some of the giants were super cool. They were almost considered like vegetarians down here on Earth now. Some of the giants, however, we had to keep locked up because they didn't have that understanding yet of what it meant to co-create and coexist in a space where you respect all forms of life. Now, getting back to some of the control factions on planet Earth, this is what I like to explain. In my processing, and obviously me being jacked into one of my large Lyran brothers, who's then jacked in obviously to one of the Sphere Being Alliance out there, sitting out in our Orc cloud, I'm kind of like a little translator down here for you. This is what I want to express to you. Obviously, being a good person is treating others with respect. The respect that you treat others with is the same type of respect, obviously, that you want back. The difference between an ascended being or an enlightened being is that you do not expect that sort of respect, right? Based upon the consciousness you're dealing with. Meaning that patience, 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 and patience. You have to understand that as we as human beings down here, who, most of us don't remember our background story, right? Walking around in these biological suits, carrying DNA, right, in our suits, different streams of consciousness, connected to different upper dimensional, higher aspects of consciousness, right? Trying to figure out who we are in this universe. The main focus and fundamental you will always have to come back to, no matter how much you get trapped into mind, is going to be your heart. I say this all the time, the inner child. The inner child walks you out of the maze. Okay? If you guys ever seen the movie, I thought it was like Clash of the Titans Part 2, when they have to go down to Tartarus to save Zeus. I was always one of those guys, I was like, why don't you get up on top of the maze and run across the top? Like, why would you actually go through the maze of Tartarus? Just run across the top of the maze. Get to your target, find what you need, and you're good to go. Now, the thing about Tartarus, the thing about Earth is, it is a mind trap. The thing about it is, what is this grand experiment? I always ask myself that. How many races are down here? What are we trying to make? What type of smoothie are we trying to make? That's what I'm really getting towards. A lot of these belief systems completely fall away when you actually start morphing and changing into your higher selves, walking around in the backyard. I pretty much left that 3D construct behind about 6 years ago. I sleep in a pyramid. I'm in a pyramid now. I'm jacked into a higher frequency most of the day. What does that feel like? Right now I'm about 7 feet in the air. Right now my energy feet are sitting on the ground. Okay? That's what it feels like, right? With the sandals and the white toes and all the awesome regalia that comes with remembering who you are. Now, what are we supposed to do, some of us who wake up and have that resentment towards our environment? This is the key, okay? To understand that some of that resentment you might be feeling is actually the instability or unbalance of your stream. Hence, this is what I mean. You're down in 3D as like a nerve. You're feeling what's going on down here. Upstairs, you have an energy cord coming straight from your chest, straight up. Okay, your chakras also have little mini Wi-Fi cords that jack into different aspects of you, right? On this oversoul deal. I'm on the ground, on the ground. Here's my highs going up in different dimensions. Here's the deal. If one of your dudes on your night side, say an Anunnaki, for example, or a Drake, let's just say, okay, doesn't really agree with one of your Palladian flavors on your light side. The issue is that, this is just an example, mind you, this conflict here causes you down here as the kid to kind of feel unstable. I don't know why I feel this way. Why isn't my stream more balanced? Why can't I organize my thoughts? Why can't I remember who I was before I landed on this planet and incarnated? Why do I have more dreams about being in space than I do waking up in 3D? What are some of these controls and why am I here? We get this a lot. Why are we here? Well, very simply. It's a very simple question. Some of us came back to finish up some karma. I finished mine up December 21st, 2012 when I did my Egypt run. Everything since I've done there, it's been Dharma. I've been stacking bonus points ever since 2012. In your life, in what you're doing, understand there are some things that you said you would come back and fix and do and mend and heal with family members, loved ones, partners, whatever that is. You had some unfinished business, you came back down. Now, for these crystals and indigo kids that really don't have a memory of being here before, let me help you out with this too. Your suit has memory. When you incarnate into a DNA stream, you got mommy and daddy's DNA going through you. You think this is part of your lineage, which it is. However, you think this is actually some of the stuff that you partook in. It is not. Okay. When you are a higher frequency being hacking into a game to, like, here's Earth. Okay, check this out. Here's white blood cells, us, hacking down into Earth, germinating, seeding star seeds, seeding the consciousness to be later be activated and grow into these great, I like sequoia trees, right? Regrow this level of consciousness here, right? When that happens, you have to have a background story on what planet you're on, their customs, where they come from, some of their history, what is really going on down there. So when you reach a critical mass and you have an awakening, you have a background story on some of the stuff that you would like to facilitate, operate, and fix in the present. It's like picking your job. Okay, I'm really good at decrypting emotional body. I feel a lot. I want to help people. Some people, I have a huge heart. I'm a huge heart engine. I just like to blast love out of my heart, and everyone in the coffee shop feels like they're blissed out for no reason. Other beings have that more hierarchy thing, ambassador type flavor, where I'm not only negotiating for my own free and sovereign will down here, I am constantly negotiating for the mankind and all of our deals upstairs, you guys. Every single day I am in negotiations with our higher selves and these councils as a thermometer down here in consciousness. I was in Germany yesterday talking about some of the stuff that's going on in Bavaria. I jump to Egypt all the time and I check on the population there. I bounce all around the planet constantly. It's a constant reminder, because what happens is it's like osmosis. They want to see, the higher ups in the Sphere Being Alliance wants to see, are there beings on the ground that actually can take the reins back on Earth and steer this beautiful planet back into sovereignty and harmony for everything here. That is the task. Not to say, I'm going to take you and I'm not going to take you. I'm going to take you. It's not like we're in high school picking, or in PE class going, I'll take John. I'll take Bob. And then there's a couple guys left at the end like, hey man, this is bullshit. You didn't pick me. Check this out. Here's what I can say about duality. Here you got the light. Here you got the night. Where these two concussion waves breach in the middle, where they bounce into each other, in the middle is where you have the greatest potential for growth. Okay? So if you're beings that see and don't experience time the same way we do, that have no problem waiting 100,000 years for this thing to work out, 10,000 years. I got friends in hibernation right now that have been sleeping 20,000 years in stasis. What I'm trying to get to, ladies and gentlemen, okay, depending on what version wakes up in your body and what version wants to get in the game and what version wants to be of service to you, it's our job to say, hey, I'm a team player. I'm down to serve the planet, not myself. Very small, very small. How about I want to serve every one single thing I come in contact with at all times, no matter what territory I go to. As soon as I land on the airplane, I am, boom, just a ball of light exploding out of my body. There's different levels of frequency and force on this planet. Here's the deal for you guys who have had juice, my friends and family who were in Egypt, and why sometimes we get so frustrated because we remember how to do some of this stuff on the night side maybe, right? But why can't I do it in 3D? I've got 6 sets of arms. Why can't I pick a car up in 3D? I can jump out of my body and spin around the planet, right? On my elliptical machine, right? I can run across the planet and come back into my body. Why can't I do that in 3D? What is some of the story of these beings that have come before us? Well, this dude could walk on water. This dude could levitate. This guy could bilocate. This guy could... So, what is this? Why do I feel like there's a piece of me missing? Where is my higher level of school for the public? Not like hidden away in some dungeon somewhere where like 12 people know how to do this stuff. Or you're sitting on a mountain in Tibet. Fantastic. What about the rest of us? Okay? My thing is that I'm always here for you guys because I have the same questions too. I'm not like, oh, you have it all figured out. No way, bro. The more you start to get into the function of understanding who you are, the more you realize you know nothing, 1. 2, the more you're always trying to navigate and negotiate new terms, hence why I reflected in the beginning, try to rewrite that soul contract, right? 3, interaction and integration with your higher self so they actually get along makes your stream that much more stable and solidified. Okay? Your resonance, your average resonance or vibration in your body allows your higher selves to come down this. Imagine when you first wake up, your crown chakra's like this, about that big. You get a little more turned on, now you're, okay, this is 3D. Here we go. This is the energy coming out the top of my head. This is my crown. Okay. 3D. Okay. 4D. 5D. 6D. 7D. 8D, 9D, 10D, 11, 12. You have to be able to expand to that size to allow some of the upper dimensional beings to interact with you. This is what it looks like to them. You guys ever fly over a city and you're looking out the window and there's cloud cover and you can't see the ground? It's kind of what it feels like for an upper dimensional, high vibrational being looking down into this dimension. Understand that their perspective of time, space, and energy is different than what we can conceive at 30 frames per second, right, in this biological suit. Also understand when you're calling the light to you, just because you cannot feel that prana or see that prana sometimes, right, to understand that this chemical computer and this system or suit can only process certain spectrums of light. You're not seeing the other 80% of missing spectrums that are smashing into your body as you're charging. You're only seeing this much. And again, that's based on your biological suit. If you look out of your third eye, you begin to see some of the other spectrums of awesomeness that you can now call upon and charge up from. Okay. If you guys want to see a great video on how to charge, go to on my YouTube channel, Unite the Collective. I did a talk in Maine, and it's called Experiencers Speak in Portland, Maine. In that presentation I did live for that audience on the East Coast, I explained how to charge properly from the sun. Check it out. It's on Unite the Collective on YouTube, and it's Experiencers Speak Maine. Okay, I don't want to waste my time talking about that. Now, what it is. All right, let's slow it down. I'm like, let's get it today, ladies and gentlemen. All right. Our dudes upstairs want translators. However, you got to be in your integrity. You have to have gone through your fear tests, your initiation tests. You have to be tried and tested in your dream simulations. You have to obviously be a true ambassador for whatever type of higher selves or DNA or encoding that you have. And at the end of that sum, do you still treat all sentient beings with respect? Do you see their place in this ecosystem? And do you see why they're important? These are questions creator beings ask themselves. Okay? Not, I'm going to take from you and take from you and take from you and not give back Shiza. That is not how the universe works. Hence, cause and effect, universal law. Why some of us are here to oversee this amazing transition and ascension of this amazing class and domain, right, of beings. Now, no one said it was easy. 3D Earth is one of the gnarliest Earth schools you could have. The emotional rehab that takes place down here is insane. To understand that some of the things that the population is under, some of the things you might be prescribed, some of the things that you're drinking, some of the things that you're breathing, some of the things that you're eating. I'm being very general here. You guys are very intelligent beings. You guys fill in the gaps. Here's what I'm trying to say. If you get out in the sun and charge, drink some alkaline water and take your smoothie in the morning and you pull in that sun from, the energy from the sun and you drink it in, right? Through the bottoms of your eyes and you breathe that prana in through your nose and you pull that down in, right? The more you can energize this suit, your body has the ability to self-heal, but you have to charge it. For example, does your cell phone work? With all these great apps and technology, if you don't plug it in and charge it, no, it doesn't work. Same with your body. You have to charge from the sun. Please just listen to me. It's awesome. Put some dope music on, get out in the sun, and charge. Okay, what else? Some of you guys, when you see people that channel, so many times you guys see that people who look through their third eyes. When I first woke up, I wore sunglasses all the time in all my pictures. Why? Because my eyes were closed. You know, when you're taking pictures, you're like, just fully energetic, right? Here's what I'm actually looking through. When you see someone's eyes roll up, this is what they're doing. The eyes were up in the head. There is your third eye right here, right? So all they're doing is taking both of their biological eyes and they're aiming them like a triangle and viewing through this eye. That's all it is. Okay, moving on. The throat chakra is very important for you guys trying to hear your higher selves, to understand that to hear your higher self, you must first hear your own truth. Many of us, when we're little kids and we see things, Mom, I see my higher self, or Mom, I see my imaginary friend, or, I see the energy, or I see this aura, and our parents at that time were like, that's, make-believe, Johnny, or Kelly, it's not real. It shuts down our throat chakra. So if people ask me, Ryan, how do I turn on my throat chakra? Get a journal. Write down every single memory of someone who stopped you or, from speaking your truth. Okay, I remember when I was 6 years old and I saw this, my mom said it was make-believe. I remember, go through your entire thing as best as you can. Once you have all these things, you be like, I release all of this belief system. I know I am who I am, right? I know I can hear my higher self. I know I can be one with the one. And I'm energetically adult enough to deal with the responsibility now as an adult. Take that, file it in the Akashic, burn it in the piece of paper, as it was. So, understand that people that have hard time hearing, their throat chakra won't turn on is because in life, they have a hard time speaking their truth. Understand that's one of the functions of it. Your hands, right? Same thing. Like I said, energy shoots out here, right? Your fingers direct the current, okay? For you guys starting to understand that you might start having an autopilot voice when you start moving energy and you start going to autopilot. You start spinning those rings of energy. You might kick into a different vernacular. Remember that English is a very baby, dumbed down language. Not in its function of how it operates on Earth and what we use it for, but as far as summoning up things and energy, and when we were calling out to our spirits. If you're Native American, whatever that is for you, right? Pagan, Native American, whatever social structure you come from. But Earth, a shaman, when you speak to nature, there's tones, there's harmonics. Nom diash katatan sombo yombihish. Kason torimias katatam si shatorombushka. Fin tatarimias katatish borombish fiatara sombrash. Yontish. So, what I'm getting to is, just as you guys speak multiple languages now, you can speak French, English, Chinese, whatever it is for you. You know how you hear your first language first in your head and then you speak the language. It's the same way for me. I will say something in English here, but I will let it vibrate through my body and it comes out as star language. Now, this whole thing, talking in tongues, I've seen videos of some of this stuff, that's all rhetoric. I don't know what that is. That sounds like a bunch of little kids doing lollipop stuff. What I'm trying to get to, when you speak to your soul does not waste one syllable. Your soul does not waste its time. Your higher selves do not waste their time speaking their truth, speaking through you. Understand the difference. Much love to you. Okay, so some of that stuff, I think a lot of the stuff that happens out here is like there's some truth, and then they do like a bunch of like, I don't know, like illusion. I'm gonna put you in this category. Illusion. Look, guys, don't fall into someone else's programming. That's what I'm trying to say. This stuff's always been real, but it just depends on the cover story, who's in charge at that time. They put a little cover story on it and they try to feed it to the masses. Please grow up. Don't be one of those guys. Because I love you guys and you have mad potential, and we're going to do this together. So, that's what I can say. Listen to your stomach. Yo, is that a good idea? Should I do that? Is that the way I'd like to be treated? Listen to your heart. Man, I don't know. This doesn't feel good. Maybe I should do this or maybe I shouldn't. Let me meditate on it. All you guys that have big decisions in life, take the time. When somebody goes, Ryan, I need an answer right now. I go like this. Yo, I'm going to go to the gym and I'm going to sit in the steam room. And when I come out of the steam room after I meditate on this question for half an hour, you will have your answer. Thank you. Click. Take the time. Listen to yourself and meditate on all large decisions in your life. Do not rush into an instant response program, because you know what I'm saying. No, it's a free will zone. You don't have to answer like this. Take your time. Think about what your answer shall be, right? And work from there. I also wanted to show you some of these awesome things my brother's been making over here on Crystal Current. He made me one of these. I call this the divine. He calls it the divine masculine, right? But there's a lot of things that we wear, these are my faves. This is my custom joint, right? There's a lot of things I wear that helps me raise my resonance. And when my resonance is high, to maintain my frequency. Crystals would oscillate, what, 71,000 times per millisecond. A quartz crystal isn't actually a liquid, gas, or a solid state. It's in a constant state of flux, vibrating at 71,000 times a millisecond. It's pretty cool. So check this out. These things are oscillating way faster than my suit. When your suit comes up to resonance, though, it's nice to have crystals around you in your room or on you, because it maintains your average, maintains your frequency. Certain crystals have certain attributes. For example, the number one stone for us light workers out there, not the number one, obviously, but one that really helps us when we're in public, Bronzite. Anything negative sent towards you bounces back on the person sending it to you. It's amazing. Okay? So, things like this. How to have it be a high vibe and an angelic shield and walk through life and be happy all day, and everyone else's negativity just bounces off of you. Ping, 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 ping. Angel, Aqua Aura is awesome. Angel Quartz. I like Larimar, and many of you guys know Larimar. It's a starseed stone. Okay? And lots of many awesome things. Little tips like that in the alchemy. Rose quartz, love it. Amethyst, higher self-communication. Sodalite for your third eye. Okay. What else? You got red jasper for the root. You got cornelian for the sacral. You've got golden calcite for your stomach. You've got chrysoprase or adventurine or green jade for your heart. What else is really good? Putting communicato for earrings, you know, for you ladies out there. They have those little elven clips, right? Little Tibetan Lemurian recorder. Or whatever, even the studs, you know, obviously diamonds are great receivers and transceivers too. My thing is that using your jewelry as an application for what you're doing is much different than putting some jewelry on because you want to go out with your girlfriends, right? I'm going to go out in the public, I'm going to be in the public eye, I'm going to be doing things. I need my I want to put this earring on. This earring has that higher level of protection. Maybe it has kyanite on it. Same thing when you guys go out in public. Remember, your left side is your receiving side. Your left hand is you receive energy from, and your left foot. Right? Sending hand is your right hand. Sending foot is your right foot. And obviously, when I have my headphones on, I never pop. When I'm talking to people, I leave my left covered, right, which is shun guided. I pop my right ear. So it's not on my receiving side. Little tricks for you guys. Right? I'm trying to teach you little things, how I navigate being this empathic, and I can feel a lot of stuff, how I navigate and go through this stuff. Okay, you want to talk to me? Yo, what's up? Talk in my ear. What's up? Yeah. Cool, bro, for sure. The reason why I have headphones, for example, I can control my own frequency or resonance based on my own playlist. So no matter where I go, plane, train, automobile, right? I got my EMF hoodie on underneath my clothes, right? I got my jewelry on, right? Under my clothes. You don't have to be all flashy. Keep it under your stuff. And, you know, I kind of just try to get through it as best I can without trying to attract, obviously, a lot of things that want to hook onto you. Okay, when you guys are balls of light walking around out there, you know who you are. It's like a moth to the flame. We attract a lot of things. The issue is that to have respect, integrity, shield well, and act as one of your higher selves walking around in a suit, not the lower version consciousness of you, but I kind of act how you want to be, is what I'm getting to. If your higher self is like a high angelic in the white robe, and this is what you look like in 3D, right? Just because you look like this doesn't mean you can't operate from here and act the part. Okay? Have that integrity, have that love for one another, have that compassion for one another. Okay? And just know that we're all getting through this together, and our jobs as one, right? We are accelerating one another very, very quickly, and we are very, very proud of you. Just want you to know that as the sun comes out, right? And just know that we are here for one another. My name is Rion. Absolute pleasure talking to you today. And maybe in the next video, we'll do a little energy manipulation. I ran out of time. See you on the next Coffee Talk. Blessings.